We want to welcome everybody in to On Scene with RCSO. Here sitting with me is my friend Captain Scott Gay. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's a little rainy afternoon, but we're going to make it.
It is. So if you will tell everybody a little bit about yourself as we go into this special edition known as Masters Week.
Sure. Scott Gay, I'm a captain with the Sheriff's Office. I am the liaison between the Augusta National and the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. I've been in that role for a number of years. I have about 34 years of service with the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. It's my only full-time job.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the work that we are doing and what we continue to do for the citizens of Augusta, Richmond County.
That's awesome. So I know you said that you've been doing the Masters for a lot of years. You got any good stories you want to tell us?
So there's always stories, just what we can say. I started at the Masters tournament when I was 15 years old. I worked the concession stand for several years, and then when I was able to come on the Sheriff's Office, back in those days, you either worked the Masters tournament or you worked the road patrol.
Right.
So I chose to work the Masters tournament and been there ever since. Made a lot of good friends and a lot of long hours that week, but it's certainly rewarding at the end when you can see the progress.
Absolutely. So I know I wanted to talk with you a little bit so that the people understand just how much goes into that week and things that they can be looking out for. So when it comes down to Masters Week, can you tell everybody the exact dates of when Masters will be going on?
Sure. So the ladies amateur or the Augusta National Women's Amateur Championship will be Saturday, April the 1st.
Okay.
Then on Sunday, April the 2nd, we have the kids event, the drive, chip, and putt event. That's the national finals. Then the Masters tournament itself starts April the 3rd through the 9th.
Okay. Now, when it comes down to traffic, and I know you spoke about the women's amateur coming up first, is there any traffic issues that the citizens should be aware of during that time?
Yeah, so of course this is a global sporting event. We have patrons from all over the world that come to this event.
Right.
So traffic is busy. We do get a lot of local folks that come and like to see who's in town and what's going on. It is a busy week for us. However, we have developed a traffic plan between the Sheriff's Office, the Augusta Traffic Engineering, and some private contractors that we use. We have a consulting firm that we rely on to give us insight to ways to move vehicle traffic and pedestrian traffic to the facility and away from the facility in the afternoons.
Okay. Well, if you can talk a little bit about that in the morning time or during when the Masters tournament actually occurs on the 3rd, are there any specific roadways that will be closed during the morning time versus the afternoon when the tournament lets out?
Sure. So every morning at 7 o'clock, we close the exit ramp from I-20 to Washington Road. This allows us to feed that traffic to Riverwatch Parkway.
Okay.
So when they get on Riverwatch from I-20, the first entrance or the first roadway that leads to the Augusta National is Alexander Drive.
Okay.
So we are going to run two lanes of traffic from Riverwatch onto Alexander Drive. Alexander Drive to either Berkman's Road or Washington Road.
Okay.
Of course, from downtown Augusta, you have Washington Road that leads up to the first lot that you come to is lot A1.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend that you use that lot if you're coming from the old city limits of Augusta
Right.
to the golf tournament.
Okay.
If you're coming from Martinez or Columbia County, down Washington Road or eastbound on Washington Road, you'll pass Publix. Depending on how we are loading the lots at the time, we might have you travel through the Publix shopping center into the lots on the backside of Publix. If we're loading in a reasonable time frame, we can use Bertman's Road to either the A lot or the B lots, depending on how traffic is loading up. We have officers in the street. We ask that the motoring public look for the officers that are directing traffic. We have signs that are posted saying which lots are open and which ones are closed.
That's good.
And we're able to do that remotely from traffic engineering downtown. So they are looking at the traffic cameras beginning at 6 o'clock in the morning until the lots are full, and giving us lane closures and things like that.
Okay.
So we are able to have real-time notification of when lots are filling up, what roads that we are combining.
Right.
So it is a process. We do have the consultants that are helping us manage that. So we feel like the plan that we have moving forward gets the motoring public to the golf course in a speedy fashion. Which again, everybody is trying to get there. We recognize that. Yeah. We want to get them there, but we want to get them there safely.
Absolutely. And in the afternoons, are there specific roadways that they will have to travel out on to, let's say, get back to I-20 or wherever their destination may be?
Right. So when we load the lots off of Bertman's Road, we try to send people back the same way that they came.
Okay.
So if they come off of Washington Road, we try to send them back
right.
Washington Road. If they come off of Bertman's Road from Highland, we try to send them back that way. Now, in the evening time, we do anticipate making Bertman's Road one way to outbound traffic. So we try to push all of the traffic out of the lots down Bertman's Road to either Highland or Wicklow.
Okay. So I know that we'll have a lot of officers working this event on the outside and the inside. But my question for you is let's say a patron is involved where they need assistance. How do they go about getting that assistance while inside of that course, whether it's medical assistance that they're needing?
So we have a number of security officers on site. We also have deputies that are on site. We have a host of medical personnel at the course itself designated to the safety and health of the patrons that are attending. All they have to do is flag down one of those, whether it be the Securitas security guard, the deputy, or the EMS folks that we have stationed along the venue itself.
Okay.
And they can get them the assistance that they need. If they're on the outside, of course, call 911 if there's an emergency, just like you would any other time. If you're on the inside and you're using one of the complimentary phones, the phone number to the 911 center is 6911. Okay. So you can pick up any phone on the course and dial that 6911, and there's a direct line to our dispatcher that we have on site. Now, our dispatcher at the golf course is talking to the dispatch center in Augusta. So we are communicating back and forth between the two 911 centers, and we do ask that if it is something related to the golf course, that you call that 6911.
Well, good. That was very informative, and I know that the viewers will definitely appreciate you providing that information. I know in the past there used to be multiple ways to be able to enter the course, but that's narrowed down a lot to where there's one specific area now where they're having to enter the course. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So we have two primary gates. We have the North Gate, which is the closest gate to Washington Road and Berkman's Road intersection. And that's probably the busiest gate. To the south, we have the South Gate, which is to the South Village. And, it's funny that people that come to the tournament, they know where they're going.
Yeah.
They have a routine. We have a lot of folks that just like to go into South Gate.
Right.
And we have a lot of folks that they want to go into Main Gate and go to the main merchandising area, which is fine. That's it's a event where you get to go and see things that are the best of the best.
Absolutely.
They put a lot of effort into making every detail at the finest that it could be. So whether it's the grass being cut or the azaleas in bloom, they are making sure that it is the finest. So there's a lot of effort into making the grounds value the name of the Augusta National.
And I couldn't agree with you more, because just getting the opportunity to patrol around that area throughout the year and see that grass is bright green consistently, and it's if you get a chance to walk on it, it's so soft. So they do a fabulous job out there. But bringing me to my next question, I want to circle back a little bit to the women's tournament.
Okay.
Is there a specific way that they need to come into that tournament, or is it still the same way that they need to enter?
So for the ladies, the Women's Amateur Championship, we only open, the Augusta National only opens the North Gate.
Okay.
And we will park the vehicles in such a way to get them closest to that gate as possible. There are some restricted items during the tournament days.
Okay.
Cell phones are strictly prohibited.
Okay.
At all times. The Apple Watches and Fitbits and things like that, they are allowed as long as they are not turned on to use as a cell phone or anything like that. Cameras are allowed the first 3 days of the tournament, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
They are not allowed Thursday through Sunday.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I'm glad that you covered that, because those are very informative rules that each and every person needs to know who will be in attendance to the tournament. When it comes down to the deputies who are working the exterior, and someone comes up to them about, let's say, a question pertaining to, let's say, a ticket of how to get in. Most people don't understand that these tickets are sent out to everyone in regards to who is basically able to come to the tournament, right?
So you're talking about the badges?
The badges,
okay,
yes.
Yes, sir.
So those are basically sent out to everyone who is invited to come to that tournament. But we also have individuals who like to scam people when it comes down to that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So the Augusta National, again, now this is a club policy.
Right.
In Georgia, you can resell a badge.
Okay.
Per se. However, the Augusta National prohibits it.
Correct.
So we're not involved in the policy of their rules.
Right.
However, you cannot buy or sell on the grounds of the Augusta National. there is a restricted space that if you are buying and selling, you have to be so many feet away from the golf course itself. And the state law identifies it as the stadium. So we have classified the stadium as the golf course itself, not the parking lot, the golf course.
Right.
So a good rule of thumb is that you cannot buy and sell tickets within the restricted area, which is around Taco Bell on Washington Road.
Okay.
On Alexander Drive is to the north of the fire station. If you go back down Berkman's Road, it's around Surrey Center and Highland Avenue. Surrey Center and Wheeler Road.
Right.
And to the east of Washington Road is down the hill towards Calhoun Expressway. Again, we're not out there measuring where people are buying and selling tickets at. That's not what we're doing. I will caution people that if they got a good deal and it sounds like it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
That's correct.
I would be very careful buying a ticket from an individual because you have no idea if that ticket is real or not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you talking about that as well, because that is some more good information that the viewers will need during this time. I want to circle back once more to the drive, chip, and putt.
All right.
This is an event for the youth. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's for the kids.
And we want to make sure that we engage as best as possible to make sure that everyone who's in attendance understands these rules and regulations. But this is a great opportunity for the youth who get to participate in that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So it's their national finals for the drive, chip, and putt. These kids have worked for this day.
Yeah.
And they've worked very hard, and it is the best of the best.
Right.
And if you've seen the smiles on the faces of these kids, it makes everything worthwhile.
Yes.
I think it's an excellent opportunity to bring new faces to the golf game. These are the future golfers that we will see playing the Augusta National later on. So I think it's an excellent opportunity to show what hard work will get you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as we're getting ready to come to the end of our show, Captain Gay, I definitely want to say thank you for being here today.
Sure.
It's been a pleasure sitting across from you as we get a chance to provide this information to our viewers and citizens and even future patrons that will be coming here this upcoming tournament.
Well, thank you for having me. I want to say just right quick that we work with a lot of federal partners.
Okay.
We work with a lot of state partners. We work with a lot of consultants. We work with many agencies across this great state to put this event on. Mm-hmm. We couldn't do it without the support of our federal and state partners. This is a group effort, and without those folks helping us, I don't think we could do it. So a shout out to all of those folks that help us throughout the year to make it one of the safest sporting events.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you like you say, without our partners, this wouldn't be accomplished.
Very true.
Thank you again, and until next time.
Thank you for having me.